Let's bring in my Sky News colleague, the former Labor Minister, Graham Richardson. Richo, what's your analysis of the big news? We just saw Jim Chalmers hand down a short time ago. Did it strike the right balance in your view?
Well, I think it's pretty close. I mean, it's not an easy job being Treasurer, is it? It's not one I would ever have sought. And I think Chalmers has done a remarkably good job so far in under his stewardship. He's got the numbers right every time, and so I've got no reason to believe that he'll have them wrong now. I think Chalmers is exceptionally good at this. He doesn't like to get a number wrong. He's a bit like Keating in that respect, so he does really well.
We know it's all about cost of living, the government under a lot of pressure to do more to ease the burden on Australians. What can be done about those controversial tax cuts? Anything?
Well, you know, I'm in two minds about the tax cuts. They're very generous if they're given. And of course, if you give generous tax cuts, then on the other side of the budget, you're not looking so good. So I'm in two. I mean, everyone likes a tax cut. Everyone loves them. But I'm not sure they're economically terrific on every occasion. And so if I were Chalmers, I'd be inclined to pull them back just a bit. But I think having promised them so often, there's not much likelihood the government will do anything except what it's promised.
Richard, let's look at Queensland. How do you think Stephen Miles is going to go as Premier? The opposition's been quick, as you've seen, to jump on his union ties and the way that he's made his way to power after Anastasia Palaszczuk resigned. It's pretty easy to see the shape of attacks that the new Premier is going to be facing in the lead up to next year's election.
Yeah, well, look, Palaszczuk had a pretty good run. She was there for a long, long time, won 3 elections, wasn't it? So she's had a terrific run. And I think it's time for renewal. And Miles has done a good job as deputy. He's certainly the pick of the caucus, and if that's the case, we shall all see how he goes. But I wish him well. It's not an easy job, and he's following in the footsteps of someone who became very, very good at it. So he'll be judged on the basis of how Palaszczuk went. And that's going to make it very difficult for him. But he's a competent younger fella, so I'm hopeful it'll all go well.
And finally, Richo, looking a bit broader as to what's happening on the global stage, how fierce is debate within your party at the moment about the government's approach to the war in Gaza? We've seen today Australia join with Canada and New Zealand, call for a ceasefire along with the release of all hostages. As we know, there's a wide range of views within Labor on that issue.
No, there's not much difference within Labor on this. There used to be, but I think it's calmed down quite a bit. Penny Wong is responsible for a lot of that. She is, of course, from the left, but it's very hard for the left to disown her. And if the way she goes, the left have to go, really. And I'm glad of that, because I think she gets it right nearly every time. I think she's someone who's grown in the job quite significantly.
Graham Richardson, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.